Welcome back, friends, to Project Zomboid. This morning, in Project Zomboid, we are going to get some food and apparently wake that zombie up. I'm Juniper, and thank you for joining me here again today. I'm going over here because I want to do some foraging, and then I think we're going to do some fighting today. We had a slow day yesterday. Helicopter kind of foiled most of our plans as far as making any real progress. What's this? Pine cone. Can I eat this? Don't have to check for the helicopter today. It looks like the pine cone is just an item. We can't eat it. We can place it. We can unpack it from our backpack. I don't know. I don't know what the pine cone is for. Anyway, I'm gonna do some foraging and then we'll go get some fighting done. Alright, that's enough foraging for one day. We managed to find some fresh berries, which is always lovely. We'll make ourselves a little bit of a fruit salad here and eat that so we're knocking out our hunger. We're at a steady weight amount, so I'm going to try to do a mixture from now on of like healthier forage foods and canned foods so we can hopefully stay around here. There we go. Press the M key instead of the N key. M opens your map. N is ignition for the vehicle by default. Since we're over in this area, we may as well work more on this construction site. We haven't been back here for a couple of days. So I think this is a good opportunity for us to poke back over here and see what's all is going on. This is a really big construction site. So it doesn't surprise me that there were an absolutely enormous amount of zombies here, but there were indeed an absolutely enormous amount of zombies here, and it's very possible that there still is. So I guess we'll find out. Hunting knife on this guy, don't really need that. Alright. You guys haven't even given me the opportunity to get close to the building, much less in it. I was hoping to get inside the building today. Maybe we need to switch to a better weapon for this. Alright. Well, we'll see how far we get here. Alright, what do you think? You think it's safe to go in? It's pretty quiet outside. And we definitely did some shouting here before we left last time, as far as I can remember. So we should be pretty good. Looks like there are still a handful of zombies in here to deal with. However, if it's just a handful, then I think we can manage a handful. More than I would prefer, but, you know, it is what it is. We got ourselves a new pair of military desert boots that we're not going to end up needing for, I don't know, 8 7 or 8 months in game. Alright, this is where I practice my skills of only grabbing a couple of zombies at once. We'll see if I can actually achieve that. It's been a notable challenge for me, I think, recently, that I'm trying to get better about. Alright, I think we've done enough damage over here. We'll loot these 4 boxes. And then we're gonna go to a different section of this building. Plaster, planks, and plaster. Not something we need. There sure is a lot of plaster about, though. If we ever decide to remodel or build our own house or anything like that, we have a lot of plaster at our disposal. Alright, so let's see. This area is where we've been. Obviously, this is probably mostly cleared out because of the work we've been doing. However, I think there's a... Oh, didn't even see this guy. Should have been paying more attention. I think there's a fence here. I think we'll start heading in this direction and see if we can attack this problem from a different angle. That'll help us in the long run to actually accomplish the goal. If we just go from the same angle forever, it's just, you know, it'll get old and it'll get annoying. Also, the berries really don't keep us full for very long, do they? When I get really fancy, I make sure all the zombies die in basically the same spot so that I don't have to go anywhere and I can dismantle their watches without any issues. It's a not very important tactic. At the end of the day, where the zombie bodies are is rarely gonna matter, but it just makes life easier if you're either grinding out electrical with watches or if you're grinding tailoring. To have all the zombie bodies in the same spot can really have a pretty decent advantage from a time perspective. Oh, this person has a lot of clothes. Alright, let's look. They have a bra and underpants, that's fine. They have a sweater, a tank top, pants, and a jacket. And socks. I guess it's not that many. They have 3 layers on top, which is fine. But you're going to be pretty hot, especially because supposedly the zombie outbreak happened in July of 1993. So I don't know who's wandering around in the middle of July in Kentucky in 1993 with 3 layers on, a jacket and a tank top and a sweater. But, you know, to each their own. I was in southern Colorado once and wearing a sweater. Somebody said, "Aren't you hot in that?" And I was like, "No, I'm okay." Sometimes I like a few extra layers. And sometimes I'm pretty warm also. So it just varies. Though I do think 3 layers in the summer for Kentucky is probably a little bit warm. Alright, where are we headed? There's like no windows along this side of the building here. We're gonna end up just fighting the hotel people again. Sounds like a mean way to describe someone. Oh, these hotel people, They're not people at all. They're zombies. They were once people. They're deceased people. I don't really want to fight the hotel people again. There's still some up there on the 3rd floor. Wow. We've been putting in a lot of effort in this hotel, and it's still not cleared. And that's okay. We don't need to clear it entirely. I'd like to eventually, but it's not really necessary. There's nothing in there that we badly need. So I guess this construction site, you can see it down here on the mini-map. This place is absolutely enormous. Look how big this is. This is where we've been doing most of our fighting on this side down here. And like, my goodness, it's enormous. What is this building gonna be someday? Of course, the mall is way bigger, but the mall is also finished and not encased in a massive wooden wall. It's one of the reasons that this construction site that we're circling makes me nervous, is because there's this huge wall around it. And walls constrict your vision and your movement. So it makes it dangerous in a game where you might have to run away from a massive problem at any second. Alright. The amount of trees here makes me quite nervous. The amount of zombies also makes me quite nervous. Look, we finally made it to the end of the wall. Look at how far we had to come to get to the other side of this wall. If we got trapped behind there, the amount of ground we would have to cover is enormous. So I'm not really looking forward to clearing out this construction site. If we end up doing it, it's going to be kind of nerve-wracking, just because it's its own little entity, all encased in fencing. All right, we need to take a break. I don't have any chairs, do I? All right, well, I guess we will sit. As long as nobody else is coming, I think we can fast forward time just a little bit. I'm being pretty cautious here, because I don't want to be fast forwarding time and have a zombie crop up. I think we're okay so far. Alright, back at it. I'm pretty skeptical about my current plan here. I would say this is probably not a good idea, what I'm doing. There's nothing in this construction site that we need. It's not going to have the magazines that we need. And so we don't really gain anything by pushing down this way. And like, I don't have a very wide escape route right now. So I would say not the smartest place to be. So I'm gonna back up a little bit here and make sure we're not getting cut off by like this guy. But if there's only a couple of them over here, it should be okay. This is wide enough that we have plenty of space to maneuver. However, the trees having a big impact on our vision is a problem for sure. This is a cool construction site. It's going to be a neat building. Dangerous Hand Axe of the Diamond. That's a pretty good hand axe name in my opinion. Of the Diamond, I would assume, makes it more durable, less likely to have ticks of damage. Speaking of damage, this is actually a pretty good tip. It took me a while to figure it out. In Project Zomboid, like, if you've played Minecraft, most people have either played Minecraft or are familiar with it. Every time you use a tool in Minecraft, it decreases its durability by a small amount. And when the durability decreases to 0, it breaks. And that's not how durability works in this game. In this game, you only have, like, a weapon like this hand axe might have, let's just say 10 ticks of durability. And instead of every single use taking up one of those 10 ticks of durability, it's a chance that it will take up that tick of durability. And it's influenced by a bunch of different factors. One of them is your maintenance skill. So if you have a high maintenance skill, the odds are very low that you're going to have your tools break on you. And another one is going to be your skill. I believe your skill with weapons means that you'll have a lower chance of it taking damage when you use it. So that's just something it took me a while to figure out in this game. Honestly, it's not very clear how the durability works. So if you're not up to speed on exactly what the durability is and how it works, well, there you go. And don't feel bad about it. It's pretty complicated. Influenced by a lot more things than just what I've talked through. I don't really know. I don't go into the code of the game to understand things, so I can't say with absolute certainty what anything is. But you know, it's a high-level idea or high-level information. We're hungry again, which is okay. What we really need to do, you see this green bar in the bottom here? This is part of a mod called minimal display bars. This green bar in the bottom being close to empty means that we're losing weight, I think. I could be wrong. So we're gonna have to go back to eating some more calorie-dense foods. We've been eating too much low-calorie foods like the berries today, and it was enough to get us back on the losing weight train. These construction workers were so kind to install that window, and you, my friend zombie, are just gonna break it? That's not very nice. I would say that's positively rude. These are some nice windows. Some people put a lot of effort into installing them. Got some rude zombies here. That's how I choose to see it, at least. So, what have we done here? We've made a big circle. We're all the way back where we started. At least where we started here in this section of town. So, what does this mean? This means that because there's a fence around so much of this building, it makes it a very unappealing target for me to try to clear out. There could be some good stuff in here, and I'm interested in that. However, I'm thinking that it's probably not really worth our time. The fence is just too scary. You know, you can't see through it. It blocks your vision, it blocks your escape routes and all that stuff. So, yeah. This might be the last day I try to push on this construction site. It's not necessary for us to get in here, so... You know, let's go ahead and we'll do some shouting. We'll see if we can wake up the locals down here, and maybe we can get them to come out of this huge building. Although I'm pretty sure the shout isn't actually... the distance that the shout travels isn't far enough to make it all the way to the other side of this enormous under construction building. Alright, so we'll shout there. We'll come back over here and we'll shout here. Actually, what I might do is I might walk into this little atrium here and we'll shout in there. Peckish. We have nothing else to eat right now, unfortunately. Got one guy in here. Take care of him and then we'll do some shouting. Which is really, like, don't misunderstand. The shouting that I'm doing is really only for the purpose of collecting all the zombies together. So if you're playing the game, and I wouldn't shout unless you really, really have a good reason to do it. It's just drawing attention to yourselves. Which, in a game where you don't want to be noticed, is not a good idea. So, but I'm doing it with a very specific reason. I really want the zombies to come to me, because I don't want to have to go through all the floors of this building and, you know, get jump scared around every single corner. Clearly, we woke more than I anticipated with my shouting. Because there's a lot of them. Have to be careful not to back up into somebody. But we've got our keen hearing trait. Keen hearing is a very good trait. I highly recommend it. It allows us to see further behind us, so I think we're doing okay. We did our foraging in this area of the forest earlier today. I didn't see anybody, or didn't see very many, so. Alright, well, let's go ahead back to our car, which I think is right here, yeah. And we'll rest in the car since we're already out of energy for the day. Shouting woke up more zombies than I expected. This guy saw us. We have to cancel our rest break so we can deal with these zombies. Switch to the better axe. Any more? Just you? I hope it's just you. How did this guy see us? He was just standing over there, and all of a sudden he was headed in our direction. I don't understand some of these zombies sometimes. How did he see us? We were literally just standing and sitting here in the car. Alright, let's mop up a little bit more of the dilemma that we created for ourselves. Although I guess this much of a dilemma is not great. Why are there so many, dude? Like, holy cow. There's so many zombies. So many zombies. They just don't stop. The zombies start coming and they don't stop coming. They don't stop coming and they don't stop coming. I think that's a good sentiment for this game. Zombies don't stop coming. Alright, I think we're getting towards the end of our day here. It's 7:20 p.m. We've crossed the 7,000 zombies mark. Made some good progress. We did a whole circle around this entire construction site. All in all, I'm pretty happy. Maybe we work on just killing the ones that we've got on us now. Then we head out. I think that might be a good idea. So I'm tempted to do some more shouting, since clearly we have additional zombies to pull out of this building somehow. Don't ask me how. Alright, not going in, but I'll do some more shouting. If they want to follow us all the way to our car, they can do that. We're just going to drive away anyway. It'll be fine. What could possibly go wrong? Alright, now we are out of here. I'm just going to run a little bit. There's no reason not to run. We need to level it up anyway. What's our running skill at? We're not even at level 1 of sprinting. Alright. Please start the car quickly. Perfect. That worked out well. I didn't want to have to jump out of the car if it didn't start in time. That's something to be aware of, you know, with your vehicles in the game. They are not guaranteed to start on the first try, so keep a careful eye out. You know what we're going to do? We're going to take care of this zombie because I need to get better about idling the car for longer. Idling the car keeps the battery charged, and as we've already discovered somewhat recently, batteries can just die. It must be because I end up like starting the car. It's like stopping and starting the car all the time. I think the way the game simulates the battery is every single time you start the car, it like takes 5% of the charge, and then it like every time it takes 5%, and then you, depending on how long you run the car for, it replenishes it from the alternator. But if you do a bunch of stops and starts, you're going to drain the battery before the car has a chance to refill it. At least I think that's how it works in the game. Well, some zombies followed me all the way over there where I killed that other one. Wow. Those are some persistent zombies. We'll have to deal with them another day, I'm sure. All right. Well, this has been good. Gonna close this. I'm gonna close this, and I'm gonna leave it open. Change my mind. We had issues with backing up into it before, but I don't want to have any issues like that, so we're gonna leave it open. All right. Well, thanks friends for joining me today. I'm Juniper. I hope you had a good time, and I hope I see you again soon. Bye-bye now.